this series could have ended. I would not have expected this, gentlemen. H2K, we were all so tunneled on the fight for so long. Deficio, eyes focused. Who was winning? Who's coming out on top? Beautiful shockwave from Caps. Everything was coming together, but then there was Rekkles in the side lane, split pushing, and
the split pushing AD carry never died.
So long, right after so long.
And I was looking at that fight thinking, I swear someone's dead here. When did H2K get the kill? But it was just because of the side lane threat. Smiles on the faces of Fnatic. And I think H2K can still be pleased with their performance. They made Fnatic work hard for that win. It was not the same 3-0 that Fnatic had back in spring. And H2K demonstrating their growth.
Tough contender. And the gauntlet is H2K. But the Kings at the top will be Fnatic. One best of 5 between them and the world stage as your 3rd seed.
And that's so important to highlight. Fnatic are sitting as the final boss in the gauntlet. You need to beat Fnatic if you want to make Worlds. And Fnatic needs to win just one best of 5 to make Worlds themselves. So confidence coming in here. I still love the fact that Yankees, you know, game 5 is like, give me that Kayn. I can pick a boring tank, or I can go Kayn and try and carry the game. It didn't end up working for him, because Fnatic just played better here in the last game.
And I feel like we did see an improvement in terms of, it looked like, at least from my perspective, the pressure. H2K playing much better. There were a lot of mistakes this game from both sides. We can't say that either team played perfectly, but H2K did not crumble under that pressure. But definitely tough. Nuclear coming in with such a clutch performance to help close out the previous game, flashing forward for a long time. Ultimately, though, no longer about this series, but eyes forward, looking to the gauntlet, looking towards who will be the final team to represent Europe at the 2017 World Championship.
This is why every single team loves playing in France. When the team is standing there on stage, even when they lose, the crowd is cheering for them and making sure that everyone knows that it was the best of 5 where the winner technically didn't matter for anything in terms of standings. But still great to see both teams going head to head and showing that they're still trying, you know, to be one of the best teams in Europe.
It was a hard-fought series, went to all 5 games. The fans were certainly happy. It was so tense in so many moments. And it's just great to see that kind of performance. What an exciting 3rd place match. And now, only more League of Legends to come. It's an amazing weekend.
Looks like Papa Rekkles there, coming to cheer the boy on. Proud moments coming in. MVP of the split, was disappointed he couldn't find his place in finals, but definitely earned his win today in the 3rd place match. Quick pat on the shoulder from Prawley. Congratulations for a job well done. And H2K still with some smiles on their faces. Paris still showing their support.
Yeah.
You gotta respect that.
Of course, I mean, H2K, they know, okay, take everything they learned last week, this week, work another week, and then you play that gauntlet, and you just gotta win every single BO5 in front of you. They're going to start playing against Splice. Then they have to beat Unicorns, and then they have to beat Fnatic if H2K wants to make Worlds. And it is still the end goal for them.
Today. Pressure, we already have 2 seeds, 2 teams qualified for Europe. It's interesting to see how much the teams have changed when we look at last year. Last year it was Splice, H2K, G2. This year we already have 2 of those teams qualified in Misfits and G2. And the 3rd seed isn't quite what it used to be. Play-ins now coming up as well. This is the hardest road that any European team has ever had to face as a 3rd seed coming into Worlds. You have to battle so much just to find a place in the Worlds group stage. And it's impressive that now that they can keep the focus on a series like this with so many more to come. Well, Fnatic got the win to secure 3rd place in the 2017 EULCS Summer Split. Let's head over to the main stage and hear from the players.
Merci beaucoup les gars, je vais prendre le relais par ici du coup puisque j'ai été rejoint par Soaz, Rekkles et Broxa après une partie assez compliquée contre H2K. Thank you guys for joining me on stage and of course congratulations for today. You guys seemed a lot more decisive this week than you did last week. What clicked today within the team that didn't work in the series against Misfits? Soaz.
I didn't hear.
I'm gonna repeat. Vous aviez l'air bien plus décisif cette semaine que la semaine passée contre Misfits. Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé et qu'est-ce qui a marché cette semaine qui vous a manqué la semaine passée?
Je pense que Je pense que ça s'est beaucoup joué au niveau du practice. La semaine et demie où on devait jouer Misfits, on a eu une semaine assez difficile au niveau des pracs. Et au final, ça a marqué contre Misfits. On s'est un peu rattrapé cette semaine, c'est pas toujours le top, mais c'est beaucoup mieux qu'il y a 2 semaines déjà. Du coup, si on continue comme ça, on pourra sûrement se qualifier, mais faut pas qu'on lâche et qu'on essaye au maximum en prac.
Yeah, actually, what missed last week against Misfits was a lot of practice, but for Soaz, if they practice hard enough, it will be easy to go to Worlds this year. Actually, the next question is for you, Rekkles. You played Ashe a lot in the last few games, but today you were amazing with Xayah and Sever. What helped you change your plan and go on to those picks today?
So first of all, I think I should give a shout out to Hansama because he kind of put me to my place in the semifinals. So I think I wouldn't have changed up so much stuff for today if it weren't for the games against him. And I mean, there's not much else to it really. I just kind of copied his book and I ran it today, and it worked out some games and it didn't work out some games. But I think if he just plays the way he did against us in the semifinal tomorrow, Misfits actually have a chance. So I'm looking forward to seeing that series.
Finalement, c'est les bons conseils de Hansama qui l'ont aidé à choisir ce genre de pick aujourd'hui. Actually, I want to look back into the future because you guys will be competing in the gauntlet shortly. What are Fnatic's actual chances to go to World this year? Soaz.
Comme je l'avais dit, c'est plus au niveau des practices. On ne sait pas encore quelle équipe on va jouer. Du coup, c'est difficile. On va avoir très peu de temps pour s'adapter en fonction de l'équipe auquel on va jouer. Du coup, faut juste s'entraîner comme si on s'entraînait contre nous-mêmes, quoi. Du coup, on verra, mais je pense que on a nos chances comme toutes les équipes, mais ça va sûrement se jouer au jour même, comme quand on a joué Misfits, on avait un très mauvais jour. Du coup, si on est en forme et qu'on a un bon esprit d'équipe, je pense qu'on pourra se qualifier pour les Worlds.
Actually, Rekkles, who do you think you will face in the gauntlet? They're really loud. Bon appétit!
It's actually quite fitting because I think Unicorns is going to be the team that no one is really talking about, and that's going to be like the dark horse of the gauntlet. And last year they showed that they were, they were just a lot better than people expected, and I think it's going to be really similar this year. So yeah, it was quite fitting with Romain coming up on stage and everything.
Rekkles s'attend vraiment à avoir une surprise de la part des Unicorns of Love, et il est possible que ce soit leurs adversaires dans le gauntlet. I have a final question, and it's for you, Soaz, so I'm gonna go en français for this one. La dernière fois que tu t'es retrouvé en France, devant ce public, c'était en 2015, c'était chez Origin à l'époque. Aujourd'hui, tu remportes cette 3e place chez toi, devant ton public. Est-ce qu'il y a quelque chose que tu voudrais dire aux fans français qui sont venus soutenir aujourd'hui?
Quand on avait joué les Worlds avec Origin pour la phase de groupe à Paris, il y avait très peu de monde et je crois qu'il y avait un peu moins de 1000 personnes, quelque chose comme ça. Et ça faisait plus de bruit que partout, limite. Du coup, ça fait vraiment plaisir de jouer devant le public français en tout cas. Et ils font toujours autant de bruit, ils participent et ils tirent pour toutes les équipes. Du coup, c'est super sympa, je pense, pour peu importe l'équipe qui joue devant un public français. Donc, je pense que tous les joueurs de LoL Pro aiment bien le public français. Ouais.
Well, congratulations to you guys and thank you again for joining me on stage. And also good luck on your games next week. We still have a lot to say about today's matches, so I'm going to give it back to Shox and the guys at the desk to break down the series.
Merci beaucoup, Laure, pour cette interview formidable. Fantastic interview, I think, all around. I mean, between the baguette and the cape and the crowd, that was something to remember.
Despacito, vamos a hacerlo en una playa en Puerto Rico, hasta que las olas griten ay bendito, para